And welcome to today's video. This is a B2 level social studies lesson, and today we're going to be talking about critical thinking. So last time we talked about media bias, and if you can remember some of the techniques that show bias, so just think about those. And so we're going to read this news story and answer the questions. So you can pause the video, read on your own, or follow along as I read. Research shows benefits of fruits and veg. New research from scientists at Harvard Medical School shows that eating fruits and vegetables every day leads to better health. According to Dr. Hussein, who led the study, vitamins and nutrients in fruits and vegetables help your body stay strong and healthy. People who eat more fruits and vegetables have more energy and are less likely to get sick. The study is the largest of its kind in medical history. So where does the news story come from? Well, it's from a newspaper called the Daily News. And what does the news story say? It's talking about a research study by scientists at Harvard Medical School about the benefits of eating fruits and vegetables every day. Do you believe this news story? Why or why not? And do you think it is biased? Why or why not? Now read this text and answer the questions. Fruits and veggies, you don't need them at all. I never eat them and I am healthy. With the Big Bob Health Plan, you can eat whatever you want and be healthy. Even better, it only costs $29.99 for a full year. Interested? Send me a message, Big Bob. So where does this text come from? Well, by someone named Big Bob. What does it say? It says that you don't need fruits and veggies. You can eat anything, especially on his health plan. And do you believe the text? Why or why not? And do you think the story is biased? Why or why not? All right, so now let's read about critical thinking and then see if you can explain the words in bold. Critical thinking means thinking carefully thinking about information to decide if it's true and trustworthy. When we read news or other media, we need to think about what we are reading, not just believe everything right away. Critical thinking helps us understand the difference between facts and opinions and helps us avoid believing false or biased information. So here are 4 important questions to ask yourself when you read something. Who wrote it? Is the author an expert or someone you can trust? Why was it written? Was the article written to inform, sell something, or change your opinion? Is the source credible? Is it well known for telling the truth? And what evidence is used? Are there facts or studies to support the information? So trustworthy just means, can you trust it? Is it true? Can it be trusted? Facts are statements that can be proven, and opinions are just a person's thoughts. They can't really be proven. Author is whoever wrote or produced the news article. Credible just means, is it believable? Is it from a source that is trustworthy? And what evidence is used? Evidence could be proof or examples to support why this is true. All right, so now match the words from the text to the definitions. A person's feelings or thoughts about something, that would be opinion. Honest and telling the truth is trustworthy. A thing that people know is true, that's a fact. Information that shows you that something is true, evidence. The person who wrote something is the author, and can be believed is credible. So now complete the sentences with words in the boxes, and more than one answer might be possible. So number 1, tell me your opinion. I want to know what you think. It is important to find credible, or you could also probably use trustworthy sources when reading the news so that you know the information is true. The author of this article is a well-known journalist who usually writes about science. Just tell me the facts. I only want to know what is true, not how you feel about it. If the website is not credible or trustworthy, we should be careful about believing the information. And the scientist showed a lot of evidence to prove that his ideas were correct. So now we're going to read Valeria's opinion about the two texts and answer the questions. So I think the article from Daily News is more reliable than the post by Big Bob. In my opinion, the article is trustworthy because it talks about research from Harvard Medical School, which is a well-known and credible place. Also, the article uses evidence from a study and even has a quote from Dr. Hussein, a scientist. I don't think Big Bob's post is reliable at all. He just gives his own opinion and doesn't use any evidence. He is also trying to sell something, so I believe he is more interested in making money than giving good advice. So Valeria thinks that the Daily News article is reliable and trustworthy, but the post by Big Bob is not. And then, do you agree with her? And what language does she use to give her opinions? Well, she actually says, I think, in my opinion, I don't think. So those are all words that signal that she's giving her opinion about something. All right, so it's important to be able to state opinions clearly in a discussion. So below are some expressions that Valeria used to show that she thinks something. I think the article from the Daily News is more reliable than the post by Big Bob. In my opinion, the article is trustworthy because it talks about research. I believe he is more interested in making money than giving good advice. Here's an expression that she used to show that she doesn't think something is true. I don't think Big Bob's post is reliable at all. And then see if you can think of any other expressions for giving opinions. All right, so we're going to match the haves to create full sentences. So go ahead and try that on your own. So I think social media is sometimes a reliable source. Let's see, of news, because anyone can post anything. In my opinion, newspapers are trustworthy because they check their facts before publishing. I believe online videos can be useful for learning, but they are not always reliable. I don't think blogs are very credible because most of them are just personal opinions without evidence. It seems to me that news apps are a good, way to get reliable information quickly. And I feel that TV news channels sometimes have a bias, so it's important to check other sources too. All right, so now you can complete these prompts with your own ideas, and the words in bold are other expressions for giving your opinion. It seems to me that news apps are. I feel that TV news channels. I don't think blogs are. I think social media is. In my opinion, newspapers are, and I believe online videos. All right, so now read this news source and discuss the questions and make sure that you use a range of expressions for giving opinions. So this is a post from Karen Neeps. She said, I read somewhere that you don't really need to sleep 8 hours a night. I think this is true. I sleep 3 hours and I'm perfectly fine. People say you need more sleep, but I think that's just a myth. Who has time to sleep that much anyway? So, what is the news source? This just looks like a random post from just a person. The author is Karen Neeps, but we don't know what um, you know who she is or what her qualifications are. Why did she write this? Well, we're not really sure. She's just giving her opinion. And how reliable do you think this source is and why? All right, so now read this news source and discuss the questions, and then also, again, make sure that you use a range of expressions for giving opinions. So, the importance of a good breakfast. Experts say eating breakfast is key to starting the day with energy. According to a recent report by nutritionists, people who eat a healthy breakfast, such as fruit, yogurt, or whole grains, perform better at work and school. Skipping breakfast can make it harder to focus and may lead to overeating later in the day. So the news source is a blog. We don't really know who the author is. Why did they write it? They wrote it to show that they believe that it's important to eat a good breakfast. And then maybe think about how reliable you think this source is and why. They talk about experts and a recent report, but they don't really name the experts. They don't say where the report came from, so might not be the most reliable source. Plus the fact that it's a blog, which generally is our feature opinion pieces. Okay, so think about what we covered in this lesson. What is critical thinking, and what questions can you ask yourself to check if information is credible? And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.